Today's a sad day. It's sad. I don't know what to do, man. I'm just joking. But anyways, yeah, it is a sad day. The Doomsday trailer just released today. Well, when I'm recording this, and I don't like it. Right, that's my initial reaction. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna watch a little bit more, and then after all that's done, then I will maybe start recording again. I don't like it. I think the trailer itself is epic. My initial reaction is the trailer is epic, but it feels like a cash grab, and it feels like they don't really know what they want to do. It's just going to be a pile of cool moments and hype moments, and oh, cool action scene, hype moment, but not a good movie. I know the Russo brothers haven't really failed in Marvel yet, but it's bound to happen. And looking at the trailer, they brought Captain America back after he had the perfect ending to his story. They brought RDJ back for Iron Man, which already feels like a cash grab. Like there's nothing for us to be excited about. Oh, here's Captain America, here's Iron Man. Right? That's my initial reaction to both of those things being announced. They're bringing back all of the old X-Men, which is fine. I like the old X-Men, but it felt like most of the trailer was about the old X-Men and not about Doctor Doom and Avengers Doomsday. It's just weird. Maybe that's just for the marketing of the thing, but I don't know. Okay. It's a few days after I made that first initial reaction to it, and these are scheduled because I'm leaving this week. So, uh, this one's coming out on time, but the other stuff in here is scheduled. I had to move things around to make this work. Whatever. Anyways, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking it still feels like I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful, but I'm not optimistic, if that makes sense, right? I really, really want this to be a good movie. I really want them to do it, but let's think about Thanos, right? We had an entire phase of Marvel building up to Thanos, and then like building up to our first showing of Thanos, essentially, with the first Avengers movie being at the end, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm remembering the phases wrong. But the Infinity Saga, you know how much Thanos was in there, or how much building up there was to the stones, the Infinity Stones. They would pop up in different places. You would have Thanos in different places. Ronan talking to Thanos about how he couldn't get the Power Stone for him. Just things like that, little things like that make you think about Thanos. How much screen time has Doom had? Like 10 seconds at the end of Fantastic Four, and now 1 second, maybe 5 seconds in the new trailer. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's that. You know? I'm not optimistic that they're going to do Doom well in any way. Right? We have had 3 Fantastic Four movies. 4, technically, but he wasn't in one of them. 3 Fantastic Four movies with Doom in it before Fantastic Four First Steps. You know which one of them had a good Doctor Doom? Originally, the best one is from the 1980s. That's the best Doctor Doom. And even then, it's not a good representation of Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is a greatly complex character who is also not as complex as he wants to believe he is. He is extremely powerful, but that doesn't mean you just get to throw him in as, oh, this is our big villain. He requires setup. He requires so much to him that it's not just, I am a big bad who wants to control the multiverse. Let's say this movie is 3 hours, and then Secret Wars is another 3 hours, and let's say it's Doctor Doom is a main antagonist of that movie too. And it's like Infinity War and Endgame, where Infinity War's main antagonist is Thanos, but they don't beat him until the end of Endgame, right? Let's say that's the setup. That's like 6 hours of screen time for Doctor Doom. Well, in that movie, you have to set him up, show why he's a good villain, show his power, like why is he a threat, what does he want to do, how do they beat him, how do they come to the realization that they beat him. There's so much that you have to do in that 6 hours, while also doing, how does Captain America get back, why is Captain America back, what happened to all the other characters? Why are some characters here and some characters not? Why are the X-Men here? Right? There's so much you have to do. Because I didn't think the X-Men were going... Well, I knew they were going to show up. But when I first heard Doomsday and Secret War were on the horizon, before they started releasing the things that saying this character will return, I didn't think that the X-Men were going to return until Secret Wars. I went, oh, now that they own Fox, Secret Wars is how they're going to merge everything, and then they don't like that they got rid of Iron Man and Captain America, so in Secret Wars we're going to have some sort of soft reboot, and because of the soft reboot, that's how they're going to get Iron Man and Captain America back. Because even though it is done well, the Infinity Saga is the perfect story of Captain America and Iron Man in the MCU. That is the ending of their character. And so, to bring Captain America back feels like they're doing it for a soft reboot because they don't like that their money bag is gone. Captain America, the character that made them a lot of money with his solo films, is gone. And with their recent not super successful movies, like even Fantastic Four didn't perform very well. That's Marvel's first family. You think they're not scared about that? I think that's why they bring him back. I think they bring him back because they see, oh, our stuff isn't succeeding. Captain America's always been a big hit. Oh, our stuff isn't succeeding. Iron Man's always been a big hit. Let's bring RDJ back. And if I swear to God, man, if Doctor Doom is an Iron Man variant, I'm going to crash out. Okay? That would be the worst fucking thing ever. But it happened in a what if. But it happened in a what if. So it's still bad. It's a what if for a reason. I have over in the next room, what if Doctor Strange wasn't the master of the mystic arts? What if he was never the Sorcerer Supreme? And it's a great story. It's good. I read it. It's from like 1985. It's a really good story. But you know what? I'm never going to say that that's the story that should be adapted for a movie. For a good comic book adaptation of the movie, right? Because it's not a good representation of the character Doctor Strange. I'm never going to tell you to do that. What if Miles Morales became Hulk? What if Miles Morales was the Winter Soldier? What if Miles Morales was Thor? These are all what if comics that exist, by the way. I'm never going to say that Miles Morales should show up in that way, because it's a bad representation of his character. So if RDJ plays a Doctor Doom Tony Stark variant, I'm gonna be pissed. And I'm not saying that RDJ can't do it. I think Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. I think he can do it. I just don't think that the writing team is going to deliver this incredible scene of how be able to portray Doctor Doom in the way that he needs to be able to be portrayed. Right? If you want a good representation of why Doom is great, just read some of the Fantastic Four comics that he appears in. Issue 7 or 8 of the 2022 run is a really good representation of how he views himself, especially himself compared to the Fantastic Four. And that's also very important. How he views himself compared to other people. Latveria's not in the MCU right now, by the way. We've never heard anything about Latveria. That's very, very important to Doctor Doom. Latveria is incredibly important to Doctor Doom, and we haven't heard anything about it. Okay? I am just concerned that Doctor Doom's going to be half-baked, and that they chose Doctor Doom because, oh, we still want to do the soft reboot, but now we can't do Kang, so we're going to do Doctor Doom. And that's my concern, right? Because I don't think every Marvel project has been bad since Endgame. A lot of people are like, oh, nothing's been good since Endgame, or nothing's been good since No Way Home. I think they've had a few flops, but like Moon Knight. Moon Knight's been pretty divisive. I think it's been pretty good. One episode where kind of nothing happened, right? And then the giant kaiju battle at the end kind of soils the show for me a little bit. I wouldn't rank it as the best Marvel show because of those 2 episodes. But the show itself was pretty good. It was a pretty good and a really good adaptation of Moon Knight. I know people don't like how the costume looks like nanotech, even though it's like mystical wrappings and stuff. Whatever. I think it was fine. I think they could have done more, made it more colorful, made it more mystical. But they've really leaned away from doing anything mystical in the Marvel MCU universe, so we're never gonna get that. Anyways, I just think that Marvel has had some bangers. They're all on the sauce. Loki was really, really good. We can do things with that. You don't have to pull in a character last minute, by the way. Right? That's last minute. For sure. This character has had no setup. Kang has had multiple sets of setup. And then, I know things happened. They couldn't use Kang anymore. Whatever. I think Quantumanium, my personal opinion, It was reshot so that way they could get rid of Kang. Kang wasn't supposed to lose there, and Kang would have been our villain instead of Doctor Doom, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. But last minute, because they couldn't use Kang, they went, who's a multiversal villain? Doom. No one's gonna care if we just throw him in a movie last minute. We'll give him like 10 seconds before this movie comes out. We're probably gonna get some sort of end credit scene in Brand New Day that sets up Doomsday a little bit, but come on. It's just, I don't know. I am optimistic that this will be a good movie, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm not sitting there going, yes, oh, this is going to be the best movie ever. The Russo brothers haven't missed yet. Everything they've done is good, or at the very least, decent. It just feels like there's a lot of unfortunate things happening all in one movie. Because, let's say you have 3 hours of screen time. 1 hour of that is devoted to the Fox X-Men. Just, let's say 1 hour is devoted to the Fox X-Men, and then 1 hour is devoted to your Avengers and New Avengers and your heroes, and that's 1 hour for Doom. That's 1 hour for Doom and Doom setup. Unless you just don't touch Doom at all, and you leave him as mysterious, ambiguous bad guy, which that is what he is. Nobody here has heard of him except the Fantastic Four. I just don't think it's that good of an it's going to be that good. Because, like, I'm thinking about it logistically, and maybe I'm waiting. I'm going to go see the movie, like, for sure. I'm not as optimistic as I would like to be. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Whatever. Let me know how you feel about this movie, because I cannot wait to see it. I'm really optimistic. I'm hopeful. But I'm not, like, holding my breath, you know? I really can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be a lot of hype moments and cool oil farm, or, like, Doom is oil farming as hell in that trailer. And I think RDJ can play Doom, right? Don't get me wrong. I think he can do it. I think he will do a great job. I'm worried about the writing, the script. How is Doom going to be? How are they going to do this entire movie with all the Fox X-Men, all of the Fantastic Four, our Avengers, our new Avengers, because you have the Thunderbolts that are the new Avengers, and Sam Wilson's new Avengers, and Doom, and Captain America coming back, and other stuff that hasn't been revealed yet? There's so much that's going to be packed into this film. Will they have the time to do everything in a good, proper way? We've seen this with other movies, like Spider-Man 3 has so much shit in it. I'm telling you, in my opinion, has always been, if Spider-Man 3 was split into 2 movies, they both would have been peak. Like, just spend more time with what is in the film, split it into 2 movies, and spend more time with what is in each of them, and both of those movies would have been peak. But they packed everything into one movie, because there's Hobgoblin, Symbiote, Venom, and Sandman, all in the one movie. And I say Symbiote and Venom because the Symbiote awns Peter, and then Venom as a villain. All of that is in one movie, and it made it bad, and I'm just concerned that the same thing is going to happen with Doomsday. Let me know what you think. One last thing, because I saw it as I was finishing this up. Shout out to the Escape Pod podcast. You should watch them. They're fucking awesome. I'm about to watch their new thing on it. But episode 81 is what I have up here, because I was trying to figure it out. It's when they talk about RDJ as Doom, and just also just Doomsday stuff in general, I assume. I'm about to watch that, and then their emergency pod about the trailer. Go give them a watch. They talk about all things Marvel and comics and DC, like all things comics. They're awesome. The guy in the hat, his name is Alex. Doesn't always have the best takes, but they're understandable sometimes. And Andrew, well, he likes Spider-Man.